Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Has Meghan gone completely stark raving mad? She just did an interview for The Cut. Meghan, the Duchess by Allison P. Davis, portfolio by Campbell Advertising. She made some pretty crazy claims. I mean, she just keeps doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. Is Harry getting sick of this? So let's look at some of these claims today. That's what I'd like to look at. Number one, so has she gone mad, or is she just does she believe her own lies? Okay, because I don't think the public believes her, and that's a problem. Even if these things are the truth, I don't think the public believes it, and this is going to work against her. So the second thing I want to know is, has Harry had enough of this? Because the hits just keep coming. I mean, it's like Joe Biden's America. Everything is looking up. Inflation is up. Gas is up. All your groceries are up. The stock market is not up. You know, crime is up. Everything is looking up. The first claim I want to look at was her wedding was celebrated like Nelson Mandela's release from prison. This poor man spent 17 years in prison as a political prisoner. And so the story goes she was at the live action version of The Lion King. So that's a theater production. And a cast member from South Africa pulled her aside. He said, I just need you to know, when you married into this family, we rejoiced in the streets the same we did when Mandela was freed from prison. There would be there would be video footage of this. Okay, when they bombed the planes flew into the towers on 9/11, there was rejoicing in the streets in some of these heavily Muslim countries. There was rejoicing, and there's footage of it, and they suppress it. So there will be footage of people rejoicing in the streets uh, for Meghan's marriage. The second claim she makes is her children were called the N word. I'm at a loss for what word that could be. So I looked up words that start with N: nail, naive, name dropper, nameless, narrated, national, native, naturalist, navigator, near, nearby, no, neck, need, nest, news, next, nice, naughty, nightmare, nobody. I don't know. I'm not sure what that N word could be. But seriously, she pulled this in the Oprah interview. So she's basically saying when she had Archie, and I believe she had Archie through a surrogate, uh, the the royal family wanted to release pictures, of course, because they're royals, because that's what they do. There's things that they do. It's like the military. Uh, there's procedures for everything. So Meghan is quoted saying, why would I give the very people that are calling my children the N word, nice, naughty, a photo of my child before I can share it with the people that love my child? She said, not her father, apparently. It was unclear who she was accusing of using this racist language, but the couple are known to have faced abuse from online trolls. What else? Here's the picture of the cut. Befreckled, bespeckled Meghan. She is using some cover up here. She's just showing a little bit of her freckles. And let's see. I'm seen as a real life princess. We have to get this house. Okay. Guttural sounds. Meghan, during the interview, I think, she didn't know how to answer some of the questions, so she made guttural sounds. Basically nonsense words, like gibberish, like our beloved Brandon makes in times of stress. Brandon will just come out with a whole stream of gibberish that is not English and that's not words, and nobody knows what he's saying. And thank God for Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. So Meghan apparently is now doing the same thing She says, I can't quite articulate what it is she's feeling in that moment because she has no words for it. She's just moaning. So Meghan is a victim, and she wants you to know this. And the final thing I want to look at is Mariah Carey called Meghan a diva. Okay, and Meghan was offended because Meghan is offended by everything. If you say, Meghan, I think you look beautiful today, she'll probably be offended and their drama will ensue. So a lot of drama ensued from Mariah Carey telling Meghan that she looked beautiful. I'm sorry, that she was a diva. But Mariah describes herself as a diva. So I want to know, is this a slight? Did she mean this as a slight? Was she poking fun at Meghan? Or, was it a compliment, as she says? Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. And that. Okay. So, has Meghan gone completely stark raving mad? I mean, does she believe her own nonsense? Goodness. I mean, I don't think anybody is believing this anymore. So let's just see. Let's just do the first spread. Has Meghan gone mad? Or does she actually believe this nonsense? Because I don't think she does. I don't know. I'm curious to see what the cards want to say. If she doesn't believe it and she just peddling nonsense to you, then to us, then we're going to see deception cards. I'm going to have to turn that off. Oh, there's the devil. Yeah, I was in a hurry, so I didn't get it all done. I didn't get the future position. Okay, on an ongoing basis. Well, we do have the devil showing up, and we have the king of spades showing up. A ruthless plan on her mind. She has a very ruthless plan. Interesting. Her foundation, talking about her foundation, and very publicly. So 7, 2 clubs. She's very committed to being a victim. Okay, this is who she is. This is her message. She's a victim. She's very wealthy. She has all the privilege in the world, more privilege than anybody, whoever listens to this, is ever going to experience. But she's a victim. Heart, she wants to appeal not to logic, but to your emotions. And this is a very telling card. The Executioner, she has a ruthless plan that she's carrying out. She's just going to keep pushing her victim narrative on an ongoing basis. That's who she is, and that's the foundation of what's going on. And interestingly, here in the hopes and fears, we have the devil. So she's afraid that people are going to think she's lying, not telling the truth, dishonest, disingenuous, just doing good works for money. Home, she's trying to gather her people around her, people and events. She's very committed. She's afraid people are going to lie, and she's exposing everything. So she wants to be seen as a victim, somebody who's exposing bad things, but she's afraid that people will think she's a liar. But she is very cognizant. She doesn't feel that she's deceiving you. She doesn't feel that she's deceiving us. She feels that this is just the best way to present herself, and so that's how she's going to present herself, and so that's what she keeps doing. This is her master plan. She's a victim. She's a black, cisgendered female who's a victim and who's had a very hard life, and everybody is mistreating her, and especially the royal family is mistreating her. And they're just spouting out the most ridiculous, outrageous things. So, interestingly, she doesn't feel like she's lying. That is striking. It's not like she doesn't. It's never a question: is she lying? Is she telling the truth? That question does not come up in her mind. And so, that begs the question of sociopath, psychopath. They do things because they feel that it just needs to be done, and they don't feel any guilt. Like, they don't feel any guilt. So she doesn't feel like she's lying. She's afraid she's going to be called a liar, but it just like never comes up. Okay, whether this is a lie or not, this is just the best way in her mind. This is how she's going to get it done. Okay, that's interesting. So that is kind of interesting what the cards are showing. She's just going to follow her plan, and she might make a new plan. I think she's going to have to make a new plan because I don't feel like this is working. And I think the kickback against this is going to be so great just from the general public. I mean, my goodness, nobody is going to believe this nonsense. They're calling Archie the N-word in the palace. Even if there are like the most racist people in the world walking around the palace, you know, wearing swastikas and stuff, nobody's going to actually do that. It's just nonsense. So has Harry had enough of this? Is Harry like, oh my God, she went and did it again? And people are saying, I can't believe they published this. Okay, and she didn't make the front cover, she made the back cover. So probably she was slated for the front cover, but because the interview, the content of the interview was so outrageous, she was actually put on the back cover. I'm not sure who was put on the front cover, maybe Whale Sounds. So has Harry had enough of this? Is he like, oh my God, that's enough. This is just, she's making a fool out of me. I mean, what have I done? Or is he like, yeah, we're going to get revenge. We're going to get sweet, sweet revenge. Revenge is a dish best served cold. So Harry and Meghan, has Harry had enough? Is Harry worried? Meghan. Oh my God. That's so crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's not a bad focus. I think I'm going to leave that focus. Here we have the devil. We have the liar again, working on her people, her sugars, the people who love her, exposing problems, exposing the Ace of Diamonds. Sun exposes everything, exposing problems and difficulties, creating drama. You look beautiful, Meghan. Why would you say that? You know, and I'm going to get flack for that because anytime I say I think, you know, Meghan is an attractive woman and that's how she's gotten what she's gotten, I get so much flack for that. I would not date Meghan. I don't personally find her attractive, but I think lots and lots of men and women do find her attractive, which is how she got on Suits, which is how she got all the different things that she got, because it sure isn't because she's such a wonderful person. I mean, I've met wonderful people in my life, and I'm like, wow, you're just spectacularly wonderful. Meghan is not that kind of person. She got there on her looks and her charm and saying the right things and looking the right way. So what do we have here? We have the devil. We have working on the people who love her. So she's trying to build up her base by talking about problems, but it's all not true. Cutting into, I think this is going to count against her. Ace of Spades, Six of Diamonds. It's going to count against her, these latest allegations, because she doesn't have the receipts. People are saying, well, does she have the receipts? Can she prove it? No, she can't. These are just an emotional appeal. What's up with Harry? Incubus, succubus. High Tower and Cross. Cross is the permanent family. Sevens return forever. They're permanent. 16 and 6. 22. 6 diamonds. He thinks that this strategy, let's see, what is a cross doing there? So cross is permanence. High Tower. Incubus, succubus is like lying, bad relationship, bad business relationship. Okay, he feels like this is really, he doesn't like this. He feels that this is really beginning to hurt their image because he's not stupid. He lived in the royal family. He's from the royal family his whole life. And he knows about PR, and they're very if the Royals are nothing if not savvy about PR, and they are winning against Meghan and Harry. Okay, he's beginning to feel like this is really starting to go against them long term. So good, wake up, Harry, wake up. It's a bad dream. Wake up. What's Meghan thinking? 20, 30. Okay, 28, 8 diamonds, money. She is a bad biatch, and everything is going exactly the way she's planned, and she is building her empire and getting lots of money. She got the 2 big money cards, 10 diamonds, and this adds 8 diamonds. Oh, this is how she's gonna rake in the money. Go to Lowe's and get that big rake and rake in that money. So yeah, she feels like everything is just going great, and she is on top of the world, and she's just crushing it. Harry is feeling like this is not going so very well, and underneath, I think this is again going to hurt their public image. 6 diamonds is all the people, 7, 2 clubs. It's not going for them. So Harry is beginning to really question these strategies. And Meghan is ruling the roost. I think he can complain all day long. I think he could say, but darling, don't you think we should do this and this? She won't listen to anybody. They have 3 PR firms. She doesn't listen to anybody. Did anyone compare Meghan's marriage to the release of Nelson Mandela? Let's just see what the cards want to say. Because that is a superlative. Like, wow. So did they compare Meghan's marriage, oh, you were married, and we felt like Nelson Mandela was released. The whole world talking. Oh. Did they compare Meghan and Harry's marriage to? Now, it was a big event when it happened, and I think people were quite hopeful in Africa, feeling that Meghan could really raise the status of all people of color. Scourge, but feelings change all the time. 6 and 8, 14, 4 diamonds. The world talking constantly. There's a lot of talking in the world. These are not rejoicing cards on the surface. Everybody was watching and waiting to see what would happen. That's what that says. Sun, the message fell flat on its face. It was a great disappointment. This seed did not grow as planned. Okay, she left the royal family immediately. She wanted to be queen, and all the joy was cut. So very quickly, it just didn't turn out as planned. What everyone hoped would happen with Meghan becoming a very important part of the royal family, it all just didn't happen. 13 and 8, 21, 6 hearts. Yeah, they're devastated. The world is devastated at how this turned out. And the big allegation, the what moment from Oprah. Her children were called the N-word in the palace. I don't think so. And that N-word would be naughty, nice, nefarious, next. What N-word would that be? So were her children called the N-word in the palace? Because even if there are people who are malicious, just the power, you're not going to say things like that. You don't say things like that. Nobody says things like that. Were her children called the N-word by anyone? Players making a play, appealing to the heart. 10, okay, money, all right. Were Meghan's children called the N-word? Well, we have the 10 spades. That's interesting. So we have player, on the surface, we have player, cornerstone, and heart. So this is like a business decision to appeal to the heart. That's how she's going to get the money. 4 diamonds. 5 and 11, 16, 4 spades. She thinks no one can prove this to be false. It's hidden. She's got it. She's thought about it very carefully. She keeps doing this. She keeps bringing up these allegations of racism in the royal family, and they were disproven previously. And there's like another black, there's another African person. I don't know if she's African American, but there's another African origin person in the royal hierarchy, and I don't think it's the English royal family. I think it's another royal family, but that's been going on, and that lady has done very well for herself, and she's fit in very nicely, and everything is just clicking along very nicely. What do we have underneath? Devastating talk, 10 spades, 3 clubs, about everything, and she just wants people to, she wants everyone on her side. She's good, they're bad. It's like Hillary Clinton and the deplorables. That also backfired. And look at the Clintons. I mean, if you disagree with the Clintons, you might end up committing suicide somehow, sitting down. It's just, and there'll be bruises and stab marks on you. Why, it's just really strange. So, were her children called the N-word? No. She just wants everyone on their side. It's an emotional appeal. She's just trying to... It's just a big emotional appeal. It's a big emotional appeal. It's her truth. There are no facts. Facts are the enemy. Facts are racist. Okay? It's an emotional appeal, and facts have nothing to do with it. She feels like somebody would have called her children the N-word, and she's offended by that. And it doesn't have to be true. That's what I think. So was Mariah Carey called Meghan a diva? Now Mariah Carey calls herself a diva. And I think she needs to make some more albums. She seems to be just sitting around too much and relaxing too much. She needs to get out there and do some concerts and, I don't know, do like a Vegas thing where she's in, and I don't like Vegas. I think if you watch my videos, you know I'm not a fan of Vegas. I lived there for a very brief time. It has a very sordid underbelly, and any place like that, they used to call it Sin City, and it kind of is. It's a place of sin. It's a place of great depravity, and that affects everything and everyone in that place. So was Mariah calling Meghan a diva an insult? Let's look at Mariah and Meghan. Did she mean it as an insult? Mariah, Meghan. Did she mean it as an insult? Mariah, on an ongoing basis, 5 changes, reacting to changes, talking about and reacting to changes. 13, 4 hearts. 4 hearts is friends, people associated with you. This is a heart right in the middle. Now, it's not like the best heart, but it's a heart right in the middle. I think she means it as, it's quite red. It's kind of a, it's kind of a compliment to be called a diva by Mariah. It's kind of a compliment. Okay, it's kind of a dig. It's like gay people calling themselves queer. Okay, it's not a dig when they do it. I mean, they kind of wear that proudly. So Mariah is a diva, and she kind of meant it nicely. She was putting Meghan on her level, and that's a big deal because I'm certainly not on Mariah Carey's level. How did Meghan take it? She took exception to it. 13, 16, 20, 5 spades. She took exception to it. She was a little bothered, a little hot under the collar. And Meghan, anybody who does not say just the most wonderful things about her, Meghan will attack. And that's what happened. She felt like that wasn't exactly superlative, and so she attacked. Mariah did mean it nicely, but there was a little, it's kind of, most people interpret diva as negative, and so there is a hint of negativity, but she's kind of poking fun and having fun. Cup overflowing and butterfly. She was upset that it was done very publicly. Upset that it was done very publicly. So let's what do we have here? In terms of, has Meghan gone mad? Does she believe her own press? What I find very interesting about that is it doesn't matter if it's true. Truth and not true, lies, truth, it doesn't factor into Meghan's thinking. She doesn't care if it's true. It's true because she feels it. And according to the cards, it never comes up whether or not it's true. This is how you get it done. And that's a little disturbing. Has Harry had enough of this? He's finally realizing that this is maybe not going very well. Meghan thinks everything is going swimmingly, and this is her master plan to get everyone on her side. Did anyone compare Meghan's marriage to the release of Nelson Mandela? People are extremely disappointed in how Meghan's time in the royal family turned out, and everything is cumulative and on an ongoing basis. Were any of her children called the N-word in the palace? Of course not. That's just, it's just an emotional narrative. And Mariah was actually complimenting Meghan. She wasn't insulting her, but it's kind of clever. It's nice when it's kind of clever like that. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.